Hello everybody and welcome to the next episode of Breath of Fire. In this episode, we're gonna go back down to the village. Pretty cool that you got a little robot friend. I still wonder how he got upgraded from stone statue to robot. Hello, village. Okay, you're finally harvesting some of your crops. Water's returned, thank you. Dragons destroyed the bridge to the port and town in the south. I think I've already talked to you. Two villages will continue to work together. Water's returned. Palace, stop by and pay your respects. Storm robot to the north. Oh, now it's a robot. I doubled the chief. That crazy plan almost worked. Celebrate our freedom with a wedding for Terry and Amelia. Isn't Terry the wolf kid who got hit by something? We never found out what that something is. I'm just gonna assume that the something is everything we fight up until the end of the game. And even beyond. It has hit Terry. Or hit Terry. Hey, fishermen actually have water to fish. Even if you're at the water, you can't always fish. So you just suck as a fisherman and you're just doing it to look cool. Okay. Are you Terry? The village will continue to work together. Oh, okay. You. Nova, you should look for the ring. It's hidden in a cave upstream. The key is down below. Now, I might not be the smartest person in the world, but why would you have an underground anything, unless it's Minecraft, underneath of your chair? You're just gonna be one day sipping coffee and then going to lean back in your chair and then fall 500 feet and splat. Okay, it wasn't that deep. But wait, you told us to go into the caves up north to get the key. Why are we getting the key here? Or unless I misread that. I probably did. Keys. Oh yeah, the keys for the ring. Prepare for wedding while Nova's away. Okay. You do you, buddy. Make sure Terry doesn't get hit by anything else. Alright, now let's go up to the cave upstream. Now that there is a stream. Hopefully the key hasn't been washed away. Okay. Go through here now. Watered potion, I'm assuming. Unless it's a weak potion. Nice cave textures. Cave hopping. Am I gonna encounter Smeagol here? Is he just gonna have the ring? That's funky. Why is there a portal here? Why are there skeletons here? I thought you were supposed to have your ring down here, buddy. That'd be a mass murder chamber. Wait, does Terry not actually like me? Is Terry going to destroy my face as soon as I get through here? Terry actually hit you all along! Something we're supposed to fall down the waterfall. Yep. Funny how there's only stalactites in my way, but there's no stalactites outside of this place. What's in here? A monster, apparently. More blurbs. Take life too. Up the stairs we go! 3,000 gold, that's generous. Every time I see though in games when they give you a buku amount of gold, it usually makes me think, oh, the next part's gonna have an extremely expensive item that I wouldn't be able to afford without this gold. Herb. I have a feeling herbs are going to be those, well, it's kind of already a thing of, like, the herbs are definitely going to be the item type in-game, because every game has, like, the weakest item type for healing that you just get in so much amount, like, you just have tons of them by the time the game's over. And then they're just, like, filler heals every time you go to an area. Cyan stone, that was a nice drop. Okay, so I think I'm supposed to go downstairs. We got those amoeba blobs. Oh yeah, to finish what I was saying about the whole square thing, I forgot I got off a tangent on that in the last few episodes, and I never finished talking about it. I'm all for game companies deciding to do things that are new and innovative and whatever, but I think that there's a line that you cross to where the game doesn't feel like the original series anymore, or doesn't play like the original series anymore, or even have the same feel with the sound or whatever. Or even the story is not, like, the same anymore. Now, you know, of course you gotta change things up every now and again, but I always feel like, that's definitely gotta be an important chest. But I always feel like, yes, change is a great thing, but if it's not thoroughly thought about before it happens, then you can make a big mistake in the game industry. And like, I've seen that lately with like Nintendo and Square making a lot of those decisions, in like Final Fantasy 15 and 13 have a lot of, from what I've seen, like I said, I've played 80 hours of Final Fantasy 13, and a lot of that was just grinding, if not over half, and like being completely underestimated, or not underestimated, but like overwhelmed by all the different changes. And not every Final Fantasy, at least from what I know, because Final Fantasy 13, when I played that, is nothing like Final Fantasy 4. Final Fantasy 13 is just completely different. Like, there's so many things that you have to do and take note of. And the one thing that I really don't like about Final Fantasy 13 as well is, I don't know what happened, but after Enix bought Square, I've been noticing a trend where they don't have towns anymore. I don't know if that's a thing in like other games aside from like maybe she can put that. Yeah, she can. So I don't know if that's like a thing with Final Fantasy 13 only, but it's something that I know. Oh, hey, that's now a TP spot. The Triforce location. But I know that Final Fantasy 13 has no towns, no people, no nothing. It's just a desolate wasteland. You don't get to talk to anyone except the characters that you both grow to love and hate. Like, I actually hate Lightning. I really don't like her character, and I think the game could be done without her. That being said, like, I still have favorite characters in 13. I really like Hope, I really like Vanille, and Sage, I think his name is. But everyone else is kind of like too tropey, in a way. So I don't know if that's like, I don't want to judge Final Fantasy itself too harshly, because I think that might be just 13, but from what I've seen of 15 seems to be similar. And also I don't like it when games work grinding into the actual game. Like, it's one thing if it's a choice you want to make, but I feel like in 13 and 15 it never seemed like that was a choice, you just have to. Like the boss that takes 3 days to beat if you are not a certain level. So, yeah. Like, nobody got time for that. Meanwhile, these games are just sitting here being like, Yeah, we perfected that a long time ago. I don't know why you went backwards instead of going forwards. But anyway, yes, that is my Final Fantasy rant. I personally think Final Fantasy IV is in leagues above 13 from what I've just played, which is not very much. Over the 80 hours that I played, I enjoyed the Final Fantasy IV way more. And like for Nintendo, they also followed the trend of wanting to try too many new things. And it just doesn't become the same game anymore. Like, I feel like Breath of the Wild is a Skyrim ripoff, and I don't like it. Which is kind of like a fighting words thing to say, but yeah. I don't like Breath of the Wild. I just think it's a Skyrim ripoff, down to the point of food you can make. Ready for the ceremony. I'd rather play Skyrim. I personally think Skyrim would be more fun. But that's just me. Anyway, enough about the rants. Let's just have a happy ceremony for these dudes. Big wedding tomorrow. Oh, you're just gonna put me to sleep. That sounded weird. Yeah, let's begin the ceremony. We're here to join Terry and Amelia. Have a long, happy life together. You can cross the river by using the stone robot. Find a port in the town on the other side. Be a happy couple. You can cross the river by using the stone robot. Okay, you already told me that. We'll be a happy couple. I haven't had this much fun in a long time. Well, at least nothing could go wrong for this town. I have to move on to the next town and save that, probably. It's good to know that we have a neighbor who's trustworthy. That sounds like Harvest Moon music. I don't know why. I'll steal the stone robot during the wedding, haha. How can we hear you, buddy? Robot, destroy the village. What power? Destroy the next village, too. What, do you want me to say Simon Says? Destroy the next village now. What's going on? Why did you stop? Look, it stopped. Let's go. We'll gain control of the robot. Now, why would you leave the key in the giant robot that can kill everybody? That's one thing I don't understand. Why would you leave the key in the robot? Like, if the bad guys can't beat you up, but they can take the robot if you had the key in it, and the robot could beat you up, then just keep the key on you. Back to the central nervous brain we go. Except we need to figure out how to get that chest. I don't remember. See, this is the point where I have cruddy memory. I've already forgot. Why did the background change in that fight? I'm pretty sure there were enemies in here before. At least when we had first unlocked it. Oh, whoops. Oh no, midgets! But anyway, we're actually very close to the end of this episode. I'm probably gonna end it off and then play again in the next part. Or we could just beat him up now. So you got the ring. Well, we're gonna have to take it away. Transformation! A gremlin. It seems more like a downgrade, buddy. Oops, I didn't realize Bo was... Oops. Now I can't use a special power, but Bo can. So let's fry him up. Attack him. And cure Bo. So, use your magic. Okay, attack, attack. Bo is out of AP. Oh, right. Oh, can't use special powers. Oops. Never mind. It worked out. Okay, Bo, use magic. Nova, use the Sea Stone. Nina can use Cure 2 on herself. That's not gonna kill Nova, thank God. I'm gonna have Bo cure himself, and then I'm gonna have Nina cure Nova, and I'm just gonna have Nova regularly attack. Use a cure on Bo, and then I'm gonna have Nina use a cure on herself. Okay. Acorn on Bo. Attack. Nova. Nina. Can afford to do attack up on Nova. Okay. Use Fry. Nova. Use an herb on Nova. And then I can use Cura 2 on Bo. And Bo can use Fry again. Nova can attack. Nina can use Cura 2 on Nova. Gremlin got mad. Fry, attack. Nina do Cure 2 on... Actually, I'm gonna use an herb, and then I'm gonna use Cure 2. Or just regular Cure, I think. And Bo's dead. Crap. Well, we're just gonna have Nova attack, and then I'm gonna have Nina heal. Okay. Bo can use Fry. Gonna use an herb on Nina, because Nova will survive. Cure 2 on Bo, because Nina will survive, but Bo is taking the most damage. Still alive, still kicking. Attack, attack, and Cure 2 on Bo, because Nova will survive. Crap, we're in a rough situation. Come on, Bo, you can do it. Herb. Can't even use magic. Bo's dead. The right move to make probably would have been to, use Nina's turn to heal Bo, and then Bo's turn to heal her. Use life too. Oh, it also healed his AP. That's a pleasant surprise. And Nina can just heal herself. Come on, it's already supposed to be the end of the episode. A long time ago. You can do it, Bo! Actually, I'm gonna have Nova heal himself this turn. Because he can survive, but Bo cannot, so I'm gonna just heal Bo on Nina's turn. Because Nina's turn was prioritized. Still not dead. Okay, Okay. Nova can heal Nina, and Nina can heal Bo. How is he still alive? Not only that, his attacks against Bo keep getting stronger. If he doesn't die within the next few turns, he's gonna kill me. I don't have very much stuff to keep using. If I don't make this turn count, I'm not gonna... Hopefully that lets Bo live. This is rough. Okay, gonna just have Nova attack, and then I'm gonna have, her heal herself. And then I'm gonna revive Bo. Unless she just dies this turn. It's close. Everyone bites the dust, except that's the end of it. Nova reaches level 15. Finally. Finally beat the guy. Yeah, I won't let you destroy me. It's not moving. What is this? Hey, it's moving. We got out of the robot and the volcano in the southern part of Tentar. The robot. Wow. What is it going to do? I'll be back. I just realized I forgot something in there. Oops. There was a quiet voice. It said goodbye. And asked us not to make the same mistake. Let's cross the river and then head south. That was definitely our bad. I'm gonna hurry up and get to a town so I can revive Nina. Yeah, helping the neighboring village. Well, they're kind of destroyed. But, with that, we've made it, and the robot saved us. But something seems a little off. We'd make the wrong decision? The next episode of Breath of Fire, we'll be crossing the river. See you guys then.